It is a pleasure to see you again on my CryptoQ Media channel. Greetings all, everyone needs to know that the SEC is officially over. The SEC has just delivered some shocking news, alright. Also, a lot of lawyers and police officers are starting to speak out, because there are major contradictions happening right now that could cause the SEC to be abolished. What the hey? This is absolutely insane. Brad Garlinghouse, Gary Gensler, Stuart Alderetoy, and Ripple's chief legal officer are all dropping bombshells at the moment. There are a lot of doors that will open for you if you become a member of XRP now, which is both crazy and thrilling. This is a shocking update, so please make sure everyone sees it by clicking the like button like crazy. We may view the video now. We should begin with the chief legal officer since, in my opinion, his remark says a lot about the SEC and is deserving of all the attention we can get right now. His words should be heard. According to him, the SEC failed miserably in every respect. For that reason, they filed an appeal earlier today. Ripple intends to cover all bases in its cross appeal, stating, among other things, that an investment contract isn't complete unless it includes certain basic rights and obligations. The Ripple team is pulling off a brilliant move here, rather than sitting back and hoping the SEC rejects the appeal, which is a very real possibility. They are initiating a cross appeal. This is quite significant because, if it is approved, the SEC will be unable to launch any other challenges. In theory, this should be the operation of the legislation. Refusing this is completely out of the question. The last item is something I will show you soon, and it is really crucial. Since the SEC has already said that it will not be appealing the ruling that XRP is not a security, we can go on to the meat of the matter. On a separate occasion, they apologized for suggesting that a token may be a security. You are unable to circumvent this legal requirement by relying on these alternative grounds for appeal. Last year, despite the SEC's failed attempt to take an early appeal, any distribution of Ripple XRP, including sales on exchanges and to staff and developers, was considered a security. No doubt they will attempt again and fail to get their hands on these. Everyone should take note that the SEC can accomplish this right now. Pay close attention to this, because I believe it is crucial. They have an unlimited amount of time to appeal using government money. This highlights the significance of the cross appeal. The SEC will continue to fritter away millions of dollars attempting to bankrupt Ripple if we do not intervene immediately. On top of that, it's quite corrupt. If you believe that is the only point, please hold on for a second. This makes sense to me. At the end of his statement, Stewart expresses our collective hope that the Federal Court of Appeals would decisively counter Gensler's misguided attack on our sector. Do the right thing and deliver justice to the world, Federal Court. Yeah, it's more than enough. No, Brad Garlinghouse did in fact retweet this, among other things. The SEC and Gensler would just have to accept defeat and go on if they really cared about the rule of law, he remarks. But the agency is more concerned with wreaking havoc than with strictly enforcing the law or bringing clarity to U.S. business actors, according to Chair Gary Gensler. I completely agree that today's cross appeal will help the SEC achieve its goal of regulation through enforcement and seal its fate. Following its successful prior round of core, Ripple is expected to continue as the market leader in this round as well. Everyone involved in the cryptocurrency industry must once again properly credit XRP. No other cryptocurrency has been as transparent with its rivals as XRP. If you don't appreciate XRP, you don't appreciate cryptocurrencies in general. It would be totally absurd to assume that this is preventing corruption of the SEC. Public opinion, though, is the most important factor. People are starting to see that the SEC is really trying to weaken their power. My goodness, it's unbelievable. The influence of platforms, social media, and free speech has caused many posts to go viral. Take this into consideration in light of the preceding if you thought things couldn't get any more strange or stupid. This was sent by Justin Slaughter, who is the VP of Regulatory Relations at Paradigm. Sure, I'll start the chapter now. Because this is such a serious issue, I wish Chair Gary Gensler would come clean about the rumors circulating in the office, that he is trying to hurt cryptocurrency so other markets can thrive, and that he is willing to risk the SEC's regulatory power at tonight's Supreme Court hearing to make it happen. At the end of this video, I will show you something that might make you laugh or want to rip your ears out. The SEC has lately targeted Cumberland, another firm, and this shocking announcement follows suit. I can't tell you which one it will be, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out. This makes sense to me. Thus, Cumberland published this statement. It is said that the SEC's enforcement is attempting to restrict innovation and prevent legitimate companies from trading in digital assets, and that we are their latest target. Their proposal was faced with bipartisan criticism during their most recent hearing before the House Financial Services Committee, but this has not deterred them. I showed you snippets from that before, and it largely dealt with criticisms leveled against the SEC, including claims that he abused his authority, failed to cooperate with Congress, and was an autonomous agency. Not surprisingly, the head of enforcement at the SEC has also recently left and is now employed by a private firm. Many are starting to think about this as a result of this. Despite broad opposition to the idea, they are casting doubt on the SEC's eagerness to sue everyone using public money as part of its enforcement-first strategy. The private sector is offering them better paying jobs, therefore it seems like that's the solution to your query. These people are effectively doing the grunt labor for the large corporations who are vying with digital assets through their own blockchain technologies. After caving up to the devil's demands, they're employed for salaries 5 times higher than what they were making at the SEC. I think lobbyists should be illegal in the US since there is so much crooked money floating around. All of these issues, such as the murky connections between government agencies and the secret funding of specific SEC officials, stem from lobbying. Cumberland made other important issues in their statement, including whether the current situation is warranted. Central to our complaint is the SEC's judgment that some of our crypto asset transactions were security transactions. We have been having open and frank discussions about this with the SEC for the last 5 years. Is this topic being discussed for the first time today? No. So, even though you and the SEC are constantly communicating about different parts of your business, the SEC can just say, "We're going to sue you," without trying to come to an agreement. In my opinion, it's crystal clear that the SEC will not stop until they discover the extent to which everyone is interdependent on digital assets. Cumberland goes on to explain that they have given a mountain of information, including hundreds of pages of content, dozens of written comments and summaries, and many hours of their time for interviews with top management and compliance officials. This comes after a flood of correspondence with individual SEC compliance personnel and thousands of pages of documents. The SEC has never before revealed the exact transactions and concerns in a complaint. Is everything starting to click for you? I think this is stupid, and any idiot can see that. These deals allegedly necessitated our registration as broker-dealers with the SEC. This need to have been taken into account earlier. In 2019, we went ahead and acquired a licensed broker-dealer despite our strong objections, even though Chairman Gensler had asked that we simply register. Our intention at the time was very clear: our broker-dealer could only deal in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Nothing is happening outside of the Bitcoin and Ethereum ecosystem since no securities are involved. The SEC does not have jurisdiction over these occurrences. You are the reason why my video was noticed. It means a lot to me that you've subscribed and watched my channel. Until then, take care.